They said that they would rather be called fat-bodied than obese. They said that fat-bodied was less offensive than being obese. And that is when I was like, you know what? We have a problem here. Hey, cuz, what's up? Now, if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure there's a chance that you've heard about this whole body positivity movement that's been around for quite some time now. While I think that overall, the message of the body positivity movement sounds good on paper, I do have to say that I have a couple of issues with this movement overall. First point being, I think that the body positivity movement the definition has somewhat been a little bit hijacked in a sense. And I'm only saying that because I've heard before that body positivity was really supposed to be for and about people who are amputees or people who are born with certain disabilities or birth defects. You were born with this thing or something happened to you where, you know, typically you don't look like the average human being, you can still love and accept yourself. Now that, I can get down with that. Like, I can support that. However, it seems now that the definition has kind of switched over to more of just like a weight issue. On one hand, we're told it's about loving and accepting yourself no matter your size, your race, your gender, your age, etc., right? But then it seems that when somebody who is really in shape, they got a nice body, they got a nice pack of abs, they got beautiful skin, they have a pretty smile, they love to work out, they're doing this, and they're like, I am so beautiful, I am so fine, I love myself. Ironically, it's like the people on the body positivity movement, they will bash that person in a sense. And so that's my issue with it. I think that there's just such a double standard. It's like, love yourself and accept yourself. But if you look like a certain thing, then you're being cocky for saying that you love yourself. The next problem or issue that I have with the whole body positivity movement is it seems I've noticed that a lot of people in the movement have downplayed obesity. And I know obesity is a very, you know, whether we want to admit it or not, big problem here in America. I find sometimes that the body positivity movement can downplay obesity. There's a whole lot of debates, even on YouTube and all over social media, really, of, you know, people who are more plus size or who would be considered obese, and then people who are, you know, more fit. And I would listen to them just to see the different points of views. But one thing that I've noticed when it comes to the people who are more on the bigger side, the issue that I have is that they want to downplay that and be like, I can be obese and be fine and whatever. Sure. I'm not saying that people who are obese, they're bad people, okay? Being obese does not equate to being a bad person. That is not what it is. However, obesity is a very dangerous place to be, okay, health-wise. Any doctor can tell you that. The problem that I see a lot is they want to overlook the health, a potential life being in jeopardy. They want to overlook that in the terms of body positivity and accepting yourself. Accepting yourself and accepting who you are also comes with taking care of yourself. I was actually recently watching a video about a debate video about this very thing. And one person who would be like the obese person, they said that they would rather be called fat-bodied than obese. They said that fat-bodied was less offensive than being obese. And that is when I was like, you know what? We have a problem here. The real problem, the real health issue is being masked with body positivity or self-confidence. Yeah, you can be confident in yourself, sure. But you also have to accept the medical and real terms of what you're dealing with at the moment. And if you don't change, the consequences are not good at all. I also think of, you know, the celebrities who were like a face for plus size people, Adele and Lizzo. They were the face at one point for the plus size people, and then they lose weight. They had to at one point accept reality and be like, hey, listen, medically, this is not it. I want to end on this note. Loving yourself also means just taking care of yourself. in every aspect, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Loving yourself should also be taking care of your temple. And as believers, and this is something that God convicted me on a lot, especially in the beginning of the year when holiday season and I went to New Orleans for a weekend. So I was going crazy on the food, and I had to, like, the Holy Spirit convicted me and was like, you are gluttonous. And so I was like, wow, like there's definitely an aspect of self-control that was just lying completely dormant. So I ended up going on a 72-hour fast, water only, and I felt so much better. And that just made me realize, like, it's okay to have, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to have a little pleasures, of what we love here or there. But at the end of the day, if I say that I love myself, and if I'm a believer, the Holy Spirit dwells in this temple, I have to take care of it. And the Holy Spirit lives in this very temple, I have to take care of it. So body positivity to me shouldn't mean let's just accept the bare minimum of, not bettering ourselves. Instead, it should be, okay, this is where I am now. I'm still a good person. I'm still a good person with good character. However, I can still be better. And I am more than capable of working towards being better. That's my little spill for the day. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, God bless you all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.